Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Darina Lugovska and today we're talking about Delta Module 1. Delta Module 1 is a methodological exam for teachers of English. It is possible to prepare for Delta Module 1 on your own, but you may also take a preparation course. I am just about to launch a Delta Module 1 online preparation course for teachers. This video is going to be an interview with a teacher who has recently passed Delta Module 1 in Ecuador. You are going to see me talk to Juan, who was my trainee while he was preparing for Delta Module 1. He's going to share his experience. You will be able to decide whether Delta Module 1 is for you or not, whether you need to take it or not. And it's always very interesting to hear the opinion of a teacher who has gone through all the journey, the preparation, the exam itself. Juan has some very useful tips for you. So stay with us, watch the interview, and please post in the comments whether you found this interview useful. You will also find a link below that will let you apply for the course that I have prepared. The course is just about to become available online, and if you do sign up, you will get a discount. I will be happy to be your tutor, and I hope that this interview is going to help you decide whether you want me to be your tutor and whether you need Delta Module 1 in general. So sit back, relax, and here's our interview with Juan. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Juan. How are you?
Just doing fine. It's been a long time, and now that we have this opportunity.
It's lovely to see you. So, Juan, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, first of all, thank you for this, for the invitation for this interview. I am a Cuban English language teacher, but I've been living here in Ecuador since 7 years, and I work as an academic coordinator. Academic coordinator is, in other words, a director of studies or head of English, something like that, in UNAIN del Pacífico, which is a private school here in Machala, Ecuador. And I've been teaching English for 26 years now.
So is teaching English your dream job?
Well, teaching English is I think it is a lifestyle. It's not a job. Once, a long time ago, I read something like, find a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life. I think it was Confucius who said that. I don't know. But it has a lot to do what happens to me with teaching.
I think I did not know that you've been teaching for so long. Now I know. See, we'll live, we'll learn. Next time we meet, I'll find out something else. We're talking about Delta Module 1. You've just recently received your certificate from the course. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I want to first ask you, give us a definition of what's Delta Module 1. So to somebody who doesn't know what it is, what's Delta Module 1?
Well, Delta Module 1 is, well, of course, is the first module of 3 modules that made the whole Delta. And is a test, consisting of 2 papers that you have to go through, and it's really difficult, it's really demanding. Very good. Yeah, but I think that it is also not only the test, but the whole process of preparation, something that you have to choose if you take a course or not for the exam.
Yeah, and I think it's important to add that it's for teachers. It's not just for engineers, doctors, whoever, it's for teachers.
Yeah, I think it is the highest teaching qualification from Cambridge. You've got the whole process of TKT, CELTA, CELP, CELS, ICEL, and then you have at the end, on top of all that, Delta.
It's an equivalent to a master's degree in teaching. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, in 2019, I finished ISELT, and then in 2021, I got the 2021, I got the train the trainer course,
Okay.
and I knew it was the next step, and I was just eagerly waiting for the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm not sure when teachers really hear about Delta Module 1, but many teachers, while doing their CELTA course, they hear about it and they start thinking about it. And in this final CELTA assignment, where you say, what's your professional development action plan, a lot of people talk about Delta. And we usually say it's a bit too early. Just make sure you wait for a little bit. Don't take it next month. So just wait for it for a bit.
Absolutely.
Okay. So Juan, you're saying that you knew that you wanted to do it. You heard about it. You were waiting for it. But why did you decide to do it? Why was it important to you?
Well, I think that for my position, I think it is necessary. Well, first thing, uh, without taking my position into account,
Yeah.
I love learning. So I don't understand my life if I don't learn anything new every day. So I was, as I mentioned before, expecting for the opportunity of starting Delta, and I didn't know exactly if I don't know, module one, module two, module three, but well, the opportunity appeared of starting with module one.
Mhm.
And that's it. That on one side, we have my absolute interest in learning. And also, I understand that it is very, very important to I don't know, to feel more confident as a trainer, as a teacher trainer, as a head of English in this institution.
Yeah, absolutely. And did you want to maybe go up the career ladder in the place where you work? Is there a chance to get a higher position because you're already an academic director there, right? So is there a higher position that you can get when you got your Delta? Because now you have it.
Yeah, well, in this institution, I think I have the highest position in English language teaching.
Mhm.
But I do think that they are going to, we are starting the school year this month, and
Oh,
I think that they are going to take it into account for a rise in my salary.
okay.
That is it. So from the economical point of view, I think it is going to be something rewarding for me. And I have achieved lots of confidence. I feel comfortable when I have to observe a lesson, when I have to give an input session for my teachers, when I have to provide feedback. Now I feel like I am like a fish in the water.
Oh, lovely. Okay, that's very nice to hear. So actually, my next question was, and now that you have passed Delta Module 1, how has your professional life changed? You've already said that a pay rise is just around the corner, which is great. Pay rise is
Yeah.
always great. And you're also saying a very important thing, which I think was the same for me when I got my Delta Module 1. I started feeling way more comfortable and confident as a teacher and as a teacher trainer myself. Is there anything else now that you have your Delta Module 1 that has changed professionally for you?
Mm, uh, I don't know. I was about to say that uh, the most important thing that you have to do is, apart from knowing yourself, you need to respect yourself. And if they trust me for this position of training teachers, preparing our programs and everything, that is part of the respect I have for myself. I have to be ready to do it. And not only to do it, I have to be the best one doing what I do.
Absolutely.
And I don't know what is coming in the future because So far, I feel very, very comfortable. I feel really fine in this institution. This is a very nice school to work in. But I don't know. I don't know which are the doors that are going to be open for me in the near future.
So at the moment, you're happy, yeah, with where you
Of
are.
course.
But of course, if you decide to make a change in your life, probably a bit more doors are open now, right? Okay. Well, let's talk about the course itself, your preparation. So, do you think it's possible to prepare for Delta Module 1 on your own? Because you can prepare on your own, or you can take a preparation course. So it's not obligatory to take a preparation course. If we compare, for example, CELTA, well, you can't prepare for CELTA on your own. You have to take the course, right? So, do you think you could have prepared for Delta Module 1 on your own? Yes or no?
Well, nothing is impossible.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, but this is a little bit contradictory because nothing is impossible. But I do think that the course is a must
Okay.
because you have, I mean, in the course you have more than content. You have the experience. If you have someone who has gone through this experience, there will be more than content. It's not just about reading The Practice of English Language Teaching by Jeremy Harper. No, it's not just that. It's giving you tips, hints for you to perform well in the exam, helping you to manage your time, to create your own schedule, to get to know some apps, some resources that you can use for your self-preparation during the week, and that's it. But I do think that the course is a must.
Okay. I agree. Impossible is nothing, but if we knew the right way how to do it, like when it's time for a teacher to take their Delta Module 1, if we had the knowledge we have now back then of course everything is possible, of course, because you now have your certificate, you did it, well done. But then I remember myself, I was just completely lost. I didn't know where to look for a course, which course to take, where to start from. What do I start with? So many different resources, websites. What do I do? And it seems like there is so much to learn that you just want to, maybe I should better stop now than get into this.
As I mentioned before, some years ago, I took ISEL, I passed ISEL, and something was very, very clear for me.
Mm-hmm.
You need to follow the instruction of Cambridge trainers.
Okay.
That's important because I don't know, but there is nothing missing there. Every word they say is because of something, and you need to pay attention to that. You need to follow instruction, and I trust indeed in all teaching qualifications for Cambridge. So if there is a course, why not?
Yeah.
Then I decided to pay for the course too.
So you're a fan of the Cambridge qualifications? I am too. Okay. So how long did it take you to prepare? So how long was your preparation course from start to finish?
It was a 3 months course.
Mm-hmm.
We started at the beginning of September,
and you took your exam.
I took the exam in December the 7th.
So when you start preparing, there are 2 exam dates, right? One in December and one in June. So you started preparing it was even the end of September or mid-September, right? So
something like that, exactly.
Do you think it's enough time from September to December?
Well, since I didn't have a previous experience about that, it was okay for me. So it was like jumping in the swimming pool and let's start swimming. Let's see what happens. But we even had time to spend a free week just relaxing before the exam. And I did it. I can tell you that I did it. I
You followed the
didn't
tip.
study. Yeah, exactly. I didn't study the 5 or 6 days before the exam. No, I was just relaxing myself before taking, I mean, before going through that
Before the big day.
experience, the experience of the exam, the
Yes.
day of the exam.
Right. Okay. Well, that's very good that you took my advice. I'm very happy to hear that. And just, this thing where you're preparing for an exam, like at universities, for example, or other exams. And when people go crazy, when, the few days before the exam and they start revising and learning and so on, and they stress themselves so much that it's just useless. So don't do that. It's better to do it in chunks over that period of time rather than all in one go and on the night of the exam. So that's just how I think it should go. Okay, well, but if you had choice, so let's say you now know what it is like, this Delta Module 1 exam, and if you were to start your preparation course over again, let's say you had to do your Delta Module 1 again, what would your tip be for teachers who want to prepare for Delta Module 1? What's the ideal length of preparation, in your opinion, as someone who did it? So do you think that 3 months is just right, or maybe a little bit longer or a little bit less than that? So what would you say?
Well, it worked for me. The 3 months were perfect for me, but it would be pretty fine to have, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, but it all depends on the workload. If you have, I don't know, the amount of hours of input sessions that you have during the week, and what you have to do on your own, because it's not only the input sessions, but you have to do a lot of things. You have to learn many terms, and you have to read lots of books. And some of them, let me tell you that 70% of the books that we were asked to read during the course, I had read those books before, but it was a different approach to those readings. You were compelled to take notes, to make summaries, to summarize information. You were supposed to be ready to share with your colleagues during the input session, and that made me approach those readings in a different way.
Yeah.
And it was fine. And I would say I would add some tips, like, for example, during the first week of the course, I decided to read when I was in the mood of reading. But it is not like that. You need to set a schedule. You need to prepare a timetable, and you would say, I don't know, on Tuesday evening, I'm going to read, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 chapters of the book. On Wednesday, I'm going to work on vocabulary. Wednesday, I'm going to work with the terms related to certain topics. I'm going to make a presentation on Thursday with all the information I have read and I have studied during the week. You need to do it in a very, very serious way, and you need to balance the workload. I would never advise to read during all the days. No, you need to stop reading, do something different. Keep on your preparation, but creating, I don't know, kind of equilibrium between all the different activities that you do. That's what I think. And of course, number one, above all, follow instructions.
Yes, listen to the teacher. Yeah, that's right. Well, I absolutely agree with what you're saying, Juan, because I remember myself while I was preparing for Delta Module 1, that everything was I was all over the place. In addition to Delta preparation, of course, I had family and I had maybe 2 full-time jobs at the time. And also, I'm someone who is a perfectionist. I always studied really well, and I could not accept the fact that I could prepare in a, just partially prepare. No, everything has to be perfect. I need to read everything. I need to do all the tasks. I need to over prepare, not just prepare a little bit. I've realized throughout the time that you do need to have a clear timetable, just as you said just now, that you say, okay, on Wednesday I do this, or every Wednesday at this time, because I'm always free. I will always read 2 chapters of some of different books. And then I think it's also nice to check it and to cross it out that, yes, I did it. So it registers in your brain that it's a done task now. So that's really, really useful. And I think I'm always giving this tip to my trainees because I realized that it would have made my life much easier and pleasant back then, rather than just, okay, what do I do today? Okay, I have an hour. Okay, this, no, this, no, that, and you're just in a state of shock throughout all of this preparation time. Yeah. Well, any other tips you have in terms of the preparation on the course? So let's just give a little bit more context to the teachers who have no idea what's Delta Module 1 about. We told them that it's a methodological exam for teachers who you need to prepare for it. And the part of the preparation is that there is a reading list of essential books that you are highly recommended to read. Moreover, the way I approached the course was that we looked at some specific part of the exam, and then we talked about it, we practiced it, and then there was a mock test, right? Where you practiced the just that part of the exam. So as part of your homework, you did loads of things. You did your mini mock tests, you did your full mock tests of the whole papers. You had to read, you had to learn terminology, you had to, what else? What am I forgetting? Yeah, anything else? Learn terminology and maybe revise your notes, do some extra tasks like practice transcription, do some language analysis bits, and so on, right? So what would your top tips be as, let's say, to someone who is a teacher who is very busy, but who really wants to do Delta and add it somehow into their life, apart from creating this regular timetable, which they would be serious about?
Exactly. That's important, to create the timetable and to respect that. So, for example, if you set something for Wednesday evening, don't change it. Don't change it because you have, I don't know, visitors at home. Try to organize everything around it because we are always busy.
Yes.
So don't wait for you to be without nothing to do to start something like this, because it will be impossible to have some time of your life absolutely free. I would say that you need to be, not only in terms of time, but in terms of space. You need to be organized, and you need to learn how to organize your answers, to put things in a clear way, crystal clear for those who are going to check what you do in the exam. And that's it. You also need to use the eyes of the assessors. You need to put yourself in the shoes of those who are going to assess the exam. So, I mean, all the activities, all the tasks that you do in the exam. You need to, I would say that it is also very, very beneficial to plan your action in the exam. You have a clear plan. So just like this, I'm going to open paper number 1 and I'm going to go straight into task 5. That's something that because when you open the paper, that I know that could happen, you have the temptation of starting, well, let's do it like this. My name and start task 1 is I don't know, but it's a very, very strong temptation.
Logical.
But
Well,
you
it says task 1, task 2, task
exactly,
3. Yeah.
exactly. But that is something that you need to keep in mind, the amount of points that you're going to get for each of the tasks. And well, task number 1 is nothing compared to task number 5. So
Yes.
let's go for task number 5, because if you perform really well on task number 5, it's done. You are through with that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and maybe task 4 and parts of task 3. Yeah, that's true. And this is something that you really learn through doing a course, right? So all of
Exactly.
these tips, so it comes down to what you said earlier, that you need a preparation course, you need to organize your life really well around this preparation. And I think what I told you guys was that take the timetable, then put in your work. Of course, you cannot cancel work because you need money for your life. Then add in all of
Exactly.
these different things like, okay, my kids' birthdays, here is my sports, here I have lunch, here, I don't know, I have a wedding to go to, and on this day I need to buy a present for a friend. And then after this, add in the Delta preparation and stick to it, as you said, not like the way people decide to do sports, right? Where okay, I'm going to do sports 5 times a week this week, and then you don't do it even once. So be honest with yourself. Of course, organize your answer really clearly. And I really like the idea that what you said, imagine that. So think of the examiner who's going to be marking your work. It has to be super clear to them what you're doing, what you're thinking, because they shouldn't be thinking twice. They should just be doing their work and just checking rather than trying to understand somebody's horrible handwriting or a messed up organization of the tasks and so on. Yeah, very.
And one thing I would like to add, um, when you take this course and you have the experience of mock exams, activities of different kinds, it is really important to have a dialogue with all the trainers' comments. As soon as you finish, you are graded, and then you receive your work with a grade and all the comments. And it was really helpful to have this dialogue. I need to understand the trainers coming. I need to understand Darina's comments. She put all this related to my answer, and I want to work with that. I want to understand clearly. I don't know, but is
What
the
I
best way
said.
is the best way you have to make all have sense for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. It's like on a CELTA course, for example, when you get your feedback on the lesson or when you get your written assignment back that was checked, you do need to look at what the tutor said because you can really learn from that. It's not just, okay, it's done. I passed my lesson. I don't care about that feedback. So let me just start thinking about my next lesson. So I absolutely agree with that. That's for sure. Well, Juan, I told you that I have designed a Delta Module 1 fully online preparation course for teachers. It does include inputs, all of the inputs you've been talking about. There is even an input on planning and creating a timetable. It deals with all of the different parts of the exam, how to organize them, as you said. There's a mini mock to each one. There is a huge session on phonology, which you guys really liked.
How to use Quizlet to study all the
Absolutely. Yes.
terminology.
Yes, yes. There is a session on that. All of the Quizlet sets, which are still available to you and will be forever. So this course is like, I don't know, maybe like my child, because I've put all of the experience into it, all of the preparation I did with the different teachers, helping them prepare for Delta for quite a few years now. So my question is, a lot of teachers would have this question. There are so many courses available out there. So why do you think teachers who are thinking of preparing for Delta Module 1, so who are ready for it, why should they trust me why should they choose my course? Why should they choose the course that Darina has prepared? Why?
Because you are the one. You are you are the Delta girl.
Oh, this is
Yes.
my moment.
Well,
Come on, talk about me. Say something good. No.
but I would say that a course with Darina is the perfect balance between uh, the format of the exam and all the content that you need to know is perfectly balanced and amazingly delivered, I guess. It was really, really nice to share all those Saturdays mornings with you because it was incredible.
Oh, thank
And
you.
not only because you were very, very strict and you uh, you taught us how to organize everything, how to go step by step, and um, I don't know, but in a way, something that we thought it was very, very difficult is that you just broke all that into pieces, and you helped us to understand that it was possible. And even being very, very difficult is something that you have to take step by step. This is part of a preparation process, and you will reach your objective. Don't worry, it is difficult, but you're going to make it at the end.
Oh,
So,
oh, thank you. That's so nice to hear. It's always very pleasant to a teacher or a trainer to hear that, oh, we like the course or we like the lesson or something. Yeah, that's very pleasant. Thank you very much, Juan. I
thanks
think
to you.
I'm saying that, I have created a course that I personally wish I could take when I wanted to prepare for my Delta Module 1. So, acting on all of the problems, finding solutions to all of them and putting everything together so teachers can actually enjoy the preparation. Because I thought when I started Delta Module 1 that I'm just going to be learning things for the exam, like, an exam at university where you have to learn 50 different topics, answers to those questions. But it's not like that, because you actually become a better teacher through preparing for Delta Module 1 with all of the tasks, activities, techniques you can add to your own teaching. Would you say so?
Of course,
I know. Yeah. Okay.
for
Well,
sure.
let's talk about the exam day, Juan. Of course, when people are just thinking about preparing for Delta Module 1, it's too early to talk about the exam day, but still, tell me about the day of the exam. Some time has passed already, but how did you feel? What did the place look like? Was the room where you were very scary? Did you feel uncomfortable? Did you shake? Did people look at you like that? Like, are you trying to cheat? So, what did it feel like? And maybe some of your personal tips.
Well, um, I took the exam in the city of Guayaquil, so I live in Machala. I had to travel during 3 hours very early in the morning to be on time there. But it's been always very, very comfortable for me. I don't know, it is connected to my way of being. I'm very organized, so it is comfortable for me to get into a room with a desk, a chair, then I have my name on the desk, everything is organized, I have a clock in front of me to keep track of time, the room was clear with air conditioning system was perfect, and the way Cambridge assessment or Cambridge English organizes everything is very comfortable because you feel that you are safe in that place. Everything is organized, everything is on schedule, there will be no problem. You just need to keep track of time because time constraint is something very, very important that you have to take into account.
Yes, you won't be given any extra time, that's for sure, but that's all up to you now. Here, your paper, time started, do whatever you like. So it's a comfortable atmosphere. It's not intimidating, and the people, yeah,
not at all.
but a lot of people are afraid of exams. I think us included. Of course, you feel a little bit of a shiver just on the day of the exam, and that's just natural. I think this is because our teachers in our childhood or universities, they were not very nice when it came to exams. They would be walking around looking at you as if, you know, you're some God knows who. But everything is very comfortable. You feel safe, as you said, right? And you just need to do your thing. Just apply all your knowledge, everything you can do, just do that. Did you feel that your hand was falling off by the end of the exam? Right? A bit?
Just a little bit, just a little bit. Uh, yeah, but it was a nice experience for me. You know, when I was traveling to Guayaquil, I knew I was going to pass the exam.
Huh, very good. That's the
Yes,
mindset, Juan. I like it. I think we've also
and
said that if you don't, it's okay. You can take it again.
no, that's the point. The point is that we need to transform the way people approach the assessment process. Evaluations are part of learning. So assessment is connected to learning, is not something separated, something that you're going to do, something that you're going to do just for getting a grade or to be approved to do something. No, assessment is part of your, it was important for me, not because of the price I had paid for the course and the exam. It was important for me because it the exam was going to tell me what am I supposed to do.
Yeah.
Do I have to continue with this process, or maybe I need to stop and I need to do some other things before getting into Delta again? But throughout the course, I was achieving that confidence, and I was kind of sure that I was going to pass the exam.
Ah, that's very nice. Very nice to hear. Of course, we always want to pass, right? We don't want to retake it and so on. But still, I always say that, well, it might happen that you don't pass. That's not the end of the world. Then you can just revise
Exactly.
a little bit more and take it again. Yes, it's a bit of money, but it's a chance for you to give it a try. And you were very confident that you were gonna pass it. I was very confident that you were gonna pass it as well. And I'm very
Thank you.
proud of you. I really, really enjoyed the preparation journey of yours, how we were communicating, practicing all of the parts of the exam. And thank you very much for sharing your thoughts and tips. I think I'll put the picture of you with your certificate on the day that you got it somewhere here now. And you should be proud of yourself. And I wish you all the best in your future professional development. Are you going to do Delta Module 2, maybe?
Well, uh, I think I'll go for Delta Module 3
First. Yeah.
first.
Another important thing is that you don't have to do the modules in order. However,
Exactly.
my belief is that you should do Delta Module 1 first. I always say, well, there is a reason why it's Module 1 and not Module 3 or 2. So there should be some reasoning behind why Cambridge decided it should be Module 1. You could then decide whether you do 2 or 3 and 2. But I think doing Module 1 is important that it goes first. What do you think?
Absolutely. I absolutely agree with you. Yes, it's not because of the number, it's not because it is module 1, because of the nature of the module. I think that is good to have first this course and then the exam. But now thinking of Delta as a whole process divided into 3 modules, it's this emphasizes the belief that is necessary to have this course, because the course is preparing you for Delta, not only for Delta Module 1 exam.
Yes.
So you can put it like that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, it's also important to remember that when you have Delta Module 1 only, you're not Delta qualified. You become Delta qualified when you have all three of them, but you can say that
Exactly.
I'm Delta Module 1 qualified. So, yeah, you could do that. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to see you. I'm very, very proud of you that you took the exam. Take care. Stay in touch.
Of course.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for all your supports, for all your teaching, and that's it. Let's stay in touch.
Of course. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Take care. Bye. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed the interview with Juan, and I really hope that you found a few useful tips for yourself that will help you on your Delta Module 1 preparation journey. If you feel that you want me to be your tutor while you're preparing for Delta Module 1, please find the link below. Go through the questions so I know that you're really interested in taking Delta Module 1. And then I will be very happy to let you know first when the course becomes available online. Hopefully, after the course and after taking your Delta Module 1 exam, you will be as happy as Juan with your result.